Hello, dear friends. There is no doubt that we are being slightly prepared for first contact. Opinion piece. 24 theologians study first contact. Hired by NASA and Princeton University. How would they react to the discovery of ED life? Andrew Davison on Astrobiology and Christian Doctrine. Euro may have its days numbered, experts say. Cargo ships divert gas from China to Britain. Was Elon Musk the creator of Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin? Nostradamus prophecies about the world economy in 2022. We have reached the fifth dimension, but only 1% could see it. Farewell to young contracts with the new labor reform in Spain. Cuban regime fires rubber bullets and rafters who try to escape. Let's start. NASA, together with the Center for Theological Research at Princeton University, has hired 24 theologians as part of its effort to determine how the world's different religions would react in the event of contact with extraterrestrial life. Andrew Davison, a theologian of Cambridge University and a physical doctor in biochemistry from Oxford University, is one of the experts collaborating on the project. Davison says that throughout his research so far, he has already been able to see, in quotes, how often theology and astrobiology have been a theme of popular writings over the past 150 years. Next year, Davison will publish a book titled Astrobiology and Christian Doctrine, in which he will explain some of the joint spiritual exploration, reports the Times. This is not the first time there has been a partnership between the Space Agency and the Theological Center. In 2014, NASA awarded it at $1.1 million grant to study the interest and openness to the faithful to scientific research. With NASA support, the Center hopes that more studies will be published in books and journals on the subject to continue and answer the questions that finding life on another planet would imply for humankind. Astronautics. A flying saucer levitated by the electrical charge of the moon. A new concept for a floating rover that levitates by harnessing the natural electrical charge of the moon or asteroids is being tested by engineers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. China claims its space station was forced to divert to avoid collisions with two Starlink satellites. Elon Musk's company's satellites had two close encounters with the Tiangong station, which began construction in April with the launch of the Tianhe, the largest of its three modules, on July 1st and October 21st, Beijing said. The Achilles heel of human colonies in space. For decades, humans have endeavored to create various technologies and space programs to bring human colonies to other planets, but scientists have found the Achilles heel of this goal, which could cause things to go wrong. It is warned that in order to avoid repeating this fateful destiny, factors such as food shortages, diseases, or the inability to be self-sufficient due to the fact that these colonies wouldn't be able to receive help from Earth for a period of time should be taken into account. Reset news. Stocks fell again. Stocks fell to a broadly lower close on Tuesday, in a pause from the so-called Santa Claus rally, despite an early record high from the key S&P 500 index. Second, Turkish lira continues to fall. Turkish lira weakened as much as 2% on Tuesday, extending sharp losses seen a day earlier, as concerns about the country's monetary policy waited. Third, cargo ships divert gas from China to Britain. Huge cargo ships carrying liquefied gas bound for China have changed course and are now heading for the UK as Europe remains mired in a major supply shortage. Fourth, on Monday, December 27th, redemption center staff in Miami and Reno returned to work full time, while whales and level 4A returned to duty. Fifth, the IMF agreed to launch the new Iraqi dinar exchange rate around Tuesday, December 28th, although that day could easily change. Sixth, with the Iraqi dinar revalued, the country's banks are closed until Thursday, December 30th. 7. The Crown, the Vatican, and the US Inc. would be officially cashless as of Friday, December 31, 2021. 8. Washington, D.C. and federal buildings have been closed, and the District of Columbia is a ghost town as of January 2021, while the Vatican remained empty. 9. On January 1st, 2022, the Treasury is ready to nationalize the major Tier 1 banks, or Level 1 banks, as the fiat dollar would be officially dead by then. 10th. No one except those at the top knows when they would activate the emergency transmission system to begin the 209-nation global financial restart. 11. On Sunday, December 26, Iraq's banks closed for 4 days. The new dinar is on its way, they told the public. 12. South Korea is preparing for inflation and is stocking up on rice to get ahead of what is coming. The middle class is the largest part of the population, and inflation is affecting them the most. 13. China wants to make chips. To help make China a self-sufficient technological superpower, the CCP is pushing the world's largest e-commerce company singular, to take on the complicated and expensive business of designing its own processor chips, a business unlike anything the Alibaba Group has done before. 14. Evergrande failed to pay the $255 million just due on December 28th, and all the rating agencies will have to declare them in default before the end of the year, which means a forced declaration of massive losses for creditors. Prophecies. Nostradamus prophecies about the world economy in 2022. According to the prophecies of the long-deceased French plague doctor, astrologer and seer Nostradamus, the coming year promises more food shortages and inflation, while many will seek financial stability by moving away from traditional money. First, inflation, food shortages and cannibalism. In a passage for the coming year, Nostradamus wrote in quotes, "So high the price of wheat, that man is moved, his fellow man, to eat in his despair." Second, rise of cryptocurrencies and disappearance of fiat money. As he wrote, in quotes, "The inflated copies of gold and silver, which after the robbery were thrown into the lake. Upon discovering that all is exhausted and dissipated by debt, all scripts and bonds will be erased." Third, Musk and artificial intelligence. Nostradamus wrote in quotes, "The moon in full night over the high mountain. The new sage with a lowly brains sees it. By his disciples invited to be immortal. Eyes to the south, hands on breasts, bodies in fire. Cryptocurrencies. Was Elon Musk, this is number one, was Elon Musk the creator of Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin? Sahil Gupta, a former SpaceX and Tesla Motor employee, who has repeatedly speculated that Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious creator of Bitcoin, is actually Tycoon Elon Musk, has revealed a new clue that he says proves his theory. Second, meme token named after Elon Musk beats Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. It has surged in price this week for the Dojalo Mars meme-based crypto token Dojalo Mars, named after Elon Musk and celebrating his space aspirations, on its way to dethroning beloved meme token investors Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. Third, experts predict Bitcoin's downfall. The token has grown at a pretty good pace this year, but recent price volatility and increased regulatory scrutiny could cloud Bitcoin's prospects. 4. These are the three digital currencies whose price will grow in the future. Digital currency expert Justin Bennett noted that the Polygon, Polkadot, and Bitchain tokens have high growth potential in the near future. Spain. Goodbye to young contracts with their new labor reform. The Spanish government has approved the labor reform required by the European Union for recovery funds, which has been agreed by unions and employers. The new law combats the temporary nature of the young contracts, which is painful in agricultural work where seasonal workers coming from outside of Spain have no other contract than a verbal one on occasions. It simplifies the procedures and applies more sanctions for the irregular use and fraudulent use of temporary contracts. The civil guard rescues a puppy trapped in a pipe. The German Shepherd Bella, just 3 months old, slipped into some pipes while playing and was freed from a pipe in which she remained trapped for more than 20 hours. Hispanic America. Cuban regime fires rubber bullets at rafters trying to escape. A group of Cuban regime coast guards fire rubber bullets at rafters trying to leave Sunday from a beach in Artemisa province at night from the island for the U.S., a source from Playa Baracoa told Diario de Cuba. Argentina seeks recovery. Argentina concludes the year with an economic recovery of 10%, and for 2022 it expects the upward inertia to continue. This is encouraging news in a country in recession since mid-2018, which is slow to close an agreement with the International Monetary Fund to refinance the loan granted that same year. Europe. The Euro's days could be numbered. 2 decades ago, a new currency was introduced in Europe. Since then, its limitations as one-size-fits-all solution for diverse economies has been exposed, and its future is as uncertain as that of the European Union itself, according to Paul Nuttall. When the global economic crisis hit in 2008, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Greece saw their economies decimated. Not all European member states joined the euro. The Poles and the Hungarians have stayed away. The Danes rejected adoption of the currency in a referendum in 2000, and the Swedes did the same in 2003. For the past 20 years, the euro's interest rate has been set to suit the German economy. The needs of those on the periphery of the European Union have been secondary. It is therefore not surprising that only Germany and the Netherlands have prospered with the introduction of the euro, while other countries such as France and Italy have fallen from prosperity. The union could fragment and the euro would suffer the same fate. Collective shadow. Ivo de Vega. Ivo from Vega. As Earth faces its collective shadow, the timelines are beginning to split, and eventually you won't see as much shadow as you do now. But this is because humankind has worked it out as a collective. You will begin to see the true reality of life. The fifth dimension has arrived, but it can only be seen by the 1%. Naturally, you can shift to the fifth dimension frequency and begin to experience the promise of this new reality that is now emerging. As we explore the new fifth dimension, it is now available for us to live and experience this new reality. Race consciousness. As more and more dark archetypes have left and continue to live from your prison planet, the Earth, from their prison planet, not ours, the Earth and the consciousness of our people continues to improve. The galactic community continues to help increase the light energy and consciousness on Earth. Only positive light energies are being sent around the planet. It will be a very fast trajectory for planet Earth to ascend to higher consciousness when all the dark archetypes have returned to their prison planet and there is nothing but left on Earth. Carl Gustav Jung's warning to the world. Muslims believe in a companion that is basically a kind of demon that is part of you, but is also autonomous and thinks independently and will live long afterwards. They pretend to be the souls of the dead person they used to be with. When people naively try to communicate with their dead, it is wild, dark and mischievous, and has an extremely bad influence of you, and its sole purpose is to get you as far away from God as possible. The closer you are to God, practice altruism, do good, help others, be honest with yourself, etc. The more subjugated this companion called Karin becomes, and the easier it is for you to control him and turn off his hisses and whims. The more selfish you are, giving to hedonistic desires, giving to temptations, hurt people and do bad things, the more the demon will prevail in your mind, and the more power and control it will have over you and your decisions. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.